Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from the End Games in Charlottesville, Virginia, where I'll be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Genestealer Blips, that's right, Genestealer Cult are coming out for me here, against Todd's Raven Guard. I wanted to say Raven Wing. Raven Guard and Sisters of Battle. So the story that we've got going on here is that this planet was a shrine world placed underneath the care of the Sisters of Battle that found themselves facing off against a Genestealer Cult uprising that was threatening to overrun the shrine. A distress signal was sent out, and a group of Raven Guard, I almost said Raven Wing again, Raven Guard responded to the call for assistance and descended upon the planet to help their sisters in arms against the insidious Genestealer Cult. So that's the story that we've got going on here. We are going to be playing, Disruptive Tactics, which is one of the Maelstrom missions from Chapter Approved 2019. So we're going to be using the Schemes of War, which is kind of cool. You can make your own deck, all that fun, different shenanigans that you can pull with it, with a couple more stratagems to put cards back into your deck. Should be pretty interesting. I really like how they've done. They've changed out the Maelstrom of War for the 2019 edition of Chapter Approved. Really makes it fun and tactical, and I think it really upped the ante with Maelstrom, which is great. So that's going to be the story. That's going to be the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Genestealer Cult, I'll be running 2 battalion detachments and a spearhead detachment. Leading off the first battalion detachment, we have a Patriarch and a Magus. We have 3 Acolyte squads, 1 6-man with a demo charge, 1 5-man bare bones, and 1 10-man with an icon and 4 heavy rock saws. We have a Killer Morph. We have 2 Goliath rock grinders with clearance incinerators and cache of demo charges. We have a Colt Lehman Russ with a las cannon, battle cannon, and heavy bolter sponsons. For the second battalion detachment, we have a Patriarch and a Primus. We have 3 10-man Brood Brothers squads. 1 squad has 2 flamers, and the other 2 squads have a grenade launcher in each. We have a second Killer Morph. And for the Vanguard detachment, we have an Abominant. We have a Sanctus. And last but not least, we have 2 squads of Aberrants. 1 8-man squad with picks, and 1 9-man squad with 8 hammers, and 1 hypermorph with an improvised heavy weapon. So for the Raven Guard and Sisters of Battle, leading it off, we have a battalion detachment of Raven Guard. Leading them, we have a jump captain and a jump chaplain. We have 3 5-man scout squads and 1 8-man intercessor squad. We have 2 3-man eliminator squads. We have a 6-man assault centurion squad with flamers and hurricane bolters. We then have a battalion of sisters with 2 canonesses leading it off. We have 3 5-person Sisters of Battle squads with 3 storm bolters in each. We have 2 rhinos. And then for the spearhead detachment leading it off, we have Celestine herself. And last but not least, we have 3 exorcists. All right, going over deployment here for the Genestealer Cult. We got a whole bunch of blips all over the table here. We then have, for the Space Marines, 1 scout squad up over here. We got the intercessor squad up at the tip of the pointy hammer and anvil that we are playing. We've got Sisters Rhino over here. This is the one that's filled with the 2 sister squads are inside of here. This one has 1 sister squad plus the canoness, the non-warlord canoness is inside of here. We got Celestine up in the front here too. We've got his 2 jump characters over here. We've got 1, 2, 3 exorcists all along with his other canoness back over here. We've got 1 squad of eliminators up in the building this side. Scouts trying to keep me from deep striking behind him here. More scouts keeping me from deep striking back over here. And another squad of eliminators on this side. My opponent spent CP to put his assault centurions into deep strike. So that is deployment. As of right now, the Raven Guard and the Sisters of Battle will be going first unless I can seize the initiative. Show me a fill face. No fill face here, so we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Raven Guard and Sisters of Battle here on turn 1. All right, so this is actually an interesting part of the disruptive tactics mission. Essentially, after you have your hand of cards that you're going to be choosing from for your active objectives, but at the beginning of the turn, before any objectives are placed down, you reveal the top 3 cards from your opponent's deck. So this is ones that haven't come into the hand yet. Then, me as the opposing player, I get to choose where objectives, one objective can go at the bottom of the deck, and the other 2 get to be placed on top in the order that I choose. So I'm going to choose secure objective 1, which he has over there. I'm going to put that at the bottom of his deck to make it so he can't really get that one. And then I'm going to put objective 4 and slay the heretic back on top. Objective 4 being the one on top, since that's going to be back over here where my stuff is. Pretty cool. And the 3 that my opponent will be trying to get this time are going to be Trust in the Emperor, score 1 victory point if you gain 3 or more miracle dice during your turn, score D3 victory points instead if you gain 6 or more miracle dice during this turn. He also got Big Game Hunter and Assassinate, so looking for vehicles and looking for characters. So we'll come back to you after his movement phase. Going over movement phase here for the Raven Guard and Sisters of Battle. His scout squad stayed here on the objective. He spent 1 CP to have these guys move up the table and advance before the mission, so they count as staying stationary for all the rules since they had the movement phase and stood still. So we advanced them up there, getting them right at the middle of the board, 9 inches away from my my blips. This Rhino moved over here, as did Celestine. This Rhino moved up over here, as did his jump characters hiding behind him over there. These guys stood still back here, as did all his scouts, his other Eliminator squad, and the 3 exorcists back over here. So that's going to be it for the movement phase for the Raven Guard and Sisters of Battle. We'll come back to you after my redeployment. My opponent actually also gets 2 miracle dice, which we'll show you here. He gets 1 at the beginning of the battle round and 1 at the beginning of the turn, so he's going to have 2 4s to work with. All right, so here comes the deployment for the Genestealer Cult. I've got my Rock Grinder over here. Inside of it is going to be my 5-man Acolyte squad. We've got my an infantry squad, or the Brood Brothers squad back over here. We got my Cult Leman Russ. We got my Sanctus up here, and we've got my other Rock Grinder over here. Inside of here is going to be the 6-man squad with the demo charge. So that's going to be it for the redeployment. But when he pops up over here, he's going to take a shot with this thing, because he has the ability to, for 0 CP, to do perfect ambush, which allows him to shoot as though it's the shooting phase. So when he pops up, he's going to take a shot into his captain over here. So here he goes. He is now going to take the shot over here. He has 1 shot with his silent sniper rifle. He is going to be, he also has the relic, which gives him +2 to wound. So this is going to be hitting on a 2. That is a hit. +2 to wound, strength 4, toughness 4, so he's going to be wounding on 2s, essentially. And that 3 is a wound, but no mortal wound because of that, because it's +2 to the wound. 6s would have done mortal wound, which means 4s would have done mortal wound. So he's just got that 1, which is, I think it's AP -1. 1 second. AP -1, so looking for a 3 up. Yeah, he's good. I'll start off the shooting phase. This exorcist here is going to fire into my Rock Grinder over here. My opponent spent 1 CP to allow him to re-roll the number of shots with as many of the dice as he wants. So it's going to be, what is it, 3 D3 shots? Yep. Imagine you want to roll those 2 1s. Back into a 1 and a 3, so that's going to be 4, 5, 6 shots total. On 3. Hitting on 3s. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And is he within range? No, not in range of the Canoness over there. So these are going to be strength 8, looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. AP 3. AP -3, so that's going to go straight through my armor. So these are now D6. D6 damage or D3 damage? D6. They're D6 damage. Cool, D6 damage. So we've got 5, 10, 15 damage. All right, so the Rock Grinder has a 6-up, ignoring wounds from rugged construction. I need to make 6 of them for him to survive. Here we go, baby. Come on, fill faces. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. So not enough to save him. Does he explode? Of course he does. Of course he does. So D3 mortal wounds into my infantry squad here. Doing 2 mortal wounds to them, and then into my Leman Russ, doing 2 mortal wounds as well. And 1 Acolyte twisted an ankle getting out, and that will be first strike. And this exorcist here is going to fire into my Leman Russ So we're going to have 3d3 shots. It's going to be 2, 4, 5 shots. Hitting on 3s. Okay, that's going to be 4 hits. These are now strength 8, right? So 4s to wound.
I'm going to use 2 miracle dice.
I'm going to do 2 miracle dice on that, and then rolling 2. Nope, those are going to be misses. So that's going to be 2. AP minus 3, right? Yep. AP minus 3. So I've got 6 up saves on those. Me failing both of those, so 2d6 damage. That's going to be 7 damage. Do you want to spend a CP on that? It's going to spend a CP. Reroll that one. Into a 4, which is 10, the exact number that he has left because of my guy that exploded. Does he explode? No, thankfully. And his last one's going to fire into my other rock grinder over there. 3d3 shots. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 shots. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the canoness. That's going to be 3 hits. Looking for 3s to wound. That's going to be 3 wounds there. These are going to be going right through, so we just do 3d6 damage because of the AP minus 3. 3d6 damage. It's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, if I fail all of these, he's dead. If I make one of them, still alive. Show me those fell faces. Go, just getting 2, so 2 wounds left.
Yeah,
2 scouts from here can see into there. They've got the better bolter rule over there, so they're going to be firing 4 shots. That is going to be 2 hits. That is going to be 2 wounds because of tough 3. And these are AP nothing, so looking for 4 up saves because of cover. Making 1, failing 1. And this squad over here is going to fire into my rock grinder. Because they did their move pre-game, during the movement phase they stood still, they will have the better bolter rule as well. So this is going to be 12 shots. Oh, no, 16 shots. It's an 8-man squad, not a 6-man squad. 16 shots hitting on 3s. Oof. Strength 4, 5s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2 wounds there. These are going to be AP minus 1, so 5 up saves. Failing both of those, 6 up ignoring wounds. Failed both of those. He's dead. Blowing up is not going to reach anybody over there. So we'll just find out what happens to the squad inside. And 2 guys twisted an ankle getting out of the vehicle over there. Brutal. And there's eliminators in this building here are going to fire into my squad over here with their ignoring line of sight shots. So it's going to be 3 shots, plus 2 to hit, so hitting on 2s. That is going to be all hits. These are going to be strength 4, so strength 5, so 3s to wound regardless. That is going to be 2 wounds at AP minus 1. So that is going to be ignoring cover there. So it's going to be 2 shots, 2 6 up saves, making neither of them. And that is going to be the end of the turn for the Sisters of Battle and Raven Guard over here. Pretty brutal. I do have 1 morale test to take on these guys over here. I lost 4, so 4 plus 5 is 9. That means 1 more guy goes away. Ugh. Brutal. I'm going to take this guy away. So he is gone over there, leaving me with not a whole lot left on the board. Thankfully, acceptable casualties is a rule in this mission. So even if he manages to murderate me top of turn 2, I can still at least do something. Come in with my guys in reserve. So my opponent does have to roll for a miracle die because he did kill something. So he's going to have another 4. 4 seems to be your miracle dice way of being. And then objectives, he did score Big Game Hunter, and he did score Trust in the Emperor because he managed to get 3 of those there. So that is going to be D3 victory points for this, right? Isn't it? Oh, no, for 6 or more. Oh, how many did you gain? You only gained 3. Yeah. So he only gets the 1 for that one and the 1 for that one. So that's going to be 2 points. Plus he has first strike, leaving him with 3 points at the top of turn 1. Pretty brutal. Good stuff. All right, so we'll come back to you after movement phase from a Genestealer Cult here on turn 1. So disruptive tactics turn time. I've got my hand, and then my opponent decided to put kill the unbelievers, where I can score a point for every unit that I kill with a Brood Brothers or Genestealer Cult unit at the bottom of my deck. And then he's going to put secure objective 2 at the very top, followed by martyrs to the cause. Pretty good. All right, on my turn here, I chose Assassinate. Lay low the oppressor, which is score a victory point if a character model is destroyed by my Genestealer Cult stuff, and no prisoners trying to kill things. So we'll see what happens. It's a long shot, but there's a possibility, and you always got to hope for hope, right? That's the way it works. Movement phase for the Genestealer Cult. These guys moved up over here, looking to charge in over there. These guys stayed back here on the objective. He stood still, as did this guy. Just shuffled up into the wall over there. So that's going to be it for the move phase, because that's all I got on the board right now. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. Shooting phase, he is going to start us off. My Sanctus is going to start us off by firing into his Dark Angel, sorry. Into his captain over there. So this is going to be one shot here. This is going to be hitting on a 2. That is a hit. Wounding on a 2 because of the +2 to wound. Looking really, though, for the 4+. If I can get 4+, there's still a chance that I could possibly get my objective. So here we go. Looking for that 4+. Getting that 4+. So he's going to take a mortal wound, and then he's got to make a save where he's going to have a, it's a 3 up because he counts in cover. No, that's going to go through. So here we go. D3 mortal wounds, because he had a 3 up because he's Raven Guard, so they count. Oh, my opponent's going to spend a CP. Re-rolling that. Oh, back into it too. Of course. Oh boy, here we go. D3 mortal wounds. Oof, oof. All right, please make this all worth it. Please make this all worth it. D3 wounds into him over here. He's down to, oh no, he's got 5. He's down to 4. I can't get it. Oh, that hurts right in the feels. Right in the feels. I thought I had a chance. I forgot that captains are 5 instead of 4. But he's the only guy I could see with him anyway, so whatever, I'll take it. And oh, of course, I'll do the 1 wound to him. Bwah, bwah. All right, so that's it for shooting. Into the assault phase, this squad here is going to charge into his scouts. 2 guys can see me overwatching, not getting anything there. They need a 10-inch charge, but because they're Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor and this is turn 1, they get +1 to the charge here on turn 1. So these are going to be looking for a 9-inch charge. No, and I can't even try to re-roll one of those. Oof. Yeah, that's it for Genestealer Cult. So we will come back to you after movement phase. Oh no, we'll come back to you with the cards for the Raven Guard and Sisters of Battle. All right, time to disrupt his tactics. I'm going to put area denial at the bottom since I have nobody around over here. And then I'm going to put, both of these are exactly the same. Mission critical objective and reclaim the relic are the exact same things here. Rolling D6 and finding which objective you have to put. So it doesn't make a difference which order I put on, but they're going to be at the top of the deck. All right, the cards for the Sisters of Battle and Raven Guard this turn. He got Witch Hunter, a Leap of Faith, which is spend basically if you do an act of faith, you get a victory point. If you do score D3 if you perform 3 or more, and D3 +3 if you performed 6 or more acts of faith. Acts of faith are basically spending the miracle dice that he's been getting there for the Sisters. And then he has secure objective 4, so that's all the way back at the back zone. But that's the one so I guess he's going to try to get over there. I'm now a little afraid that that's what he chose. So, so we'll see how these all go. We'll come back to you after his movement phase. All right, movement phase. These scouts over here stood still on the objective. Celestine advanced up. My opponent spent going for that leap of faith. Spent his he had 2 other dice that he rolled. He has a 1, a 2, and a 4. He spent the 1 on her advance, so she advanced 1 inch because he wants to get that success. These guys moved up over here. This Rhino moved up over here. These guys moved up onto the objective. The Rhino over there moved up. The jump characters jumped into the cover over here, which as Raven Guard now, they are going to be -1 to hit them outside of 12 inches. The Exorcists moved or stayed still? Yeah, no. They did. They moved up the board over here, still trying to block out more of the table for me to be able to get in here. His Eliminators stayed still, as did the Scouts over here, blocking me from coming in to the back line. So that's going to be it for the movement phase for the Sisters of Battle and Raven Guard. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. So start with the shooting phase. The Eliminators are going to fire into my lone guy over here with their ignoring line of sight shots. So it's going to be 3 shots hitting on 2s because it's +2 to hit. It's going to be all hits. These are going to be strength 5, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 1 wound. 3 wounds. 3s to 5. Yes, 3s to wound. So 1 wound. AP -1, ignoring cover. So I need a 6-up save. Show me that fill face. No, that goes through. That's just enough to kill him anyway, so. All right, so now the Stormbolter from the Rhino is going to fire into these guys. My opponent's going to spend a miracle dice to have one of those shots miss because he wants to spend it. The other shot is going to be a hit and is going to be a wound, but that's not going to be a save. And then the Scout Squad here is going to fire into, my Brood Brothers back over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, so that's going to be 3 hits. These are going to be strength 4, toughness 3, 3s to wound. That's going to be 2 wounds These are now going to be AP minus nothing, so looking for 5 up saves. That's going to be make 1, fail 1. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, this Rhino is going to charge into my acolytes over here. He's going to spend 1 of his miracle dice on the 4 there. I do have Overwatch. Now I get the fill face. That's still not a wound because it's only auto pistol. And he's actually in with that 10-inch charge. Ridiculous. All right, so into the fight phase over here, his Rhino is going to attack into my acolytes, hitting 3 attacks on 6s. Getting 1 hit, strength 6, right? So 2's to wound. That's going to be a wound. Failed that save there, so he is dead. And my leader's going to attack back over here. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's going to be 2 hits, wounding on 5s. That is going to be 1 wound with a 6. It's AP minus 4, so that's just going to go straight through. Oh, no, because she's got an invul save. Does not make it, so takes 1 wound. And then a cultist knife attack is a hit. Is not a wound, though. All right, so that's going to be the end of the turn there. My guy cannot fail morale test over here because he's only lost 2 and he's got leadership 8. But then into the cards over here, my opponent did not score Witch Hunter or Skewer Objective 4, but did get a Leap of Faith. So D3 for that. 1 CP or 1 victory point for that. So c'est la vie. That is just the way it goes. All right, so we will come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 2. All right, my cards are going to stay the same, so my hand's going to stay the same, but my opponent does get to change, do the thing with the, whatchamacallit, the disruptive tactics. So we're going to put Big Game Hunter at the bottom, I imagine. Yep, Big Game Hunter is going to the bottom. And then 5 and 6, I think they're both going to be difficult for me to get over here. So 5, 6 as your top. 6 as the top card over here. So that's pretty good against me. So we'll come back to you with my movement phase. Movement phase for the Genestealer Cult. Nobody that was on the table actually moved, so now we're going to go straight into the cult ambushing here. I got a big old squad of aberrants with the picks over on this side, along with Abominant, getting in 9 inches away from his Rhino over there. I then had the 10-man squad of acolytes dropping in 9 inches away from his intercessors, along with the Patriarch and the a squad of the Brood Brothers back over here. And over on this side, I have a squad of aberrants with the hammers and the hypermorph. I spent 3 CP to have them move D6 inches closer. Got myself a fill face, so they moved up 6 inches. And I spent 2 CP to have my Kellermorph pop in over here, 3 inches away from his warlord, to get some shots off there. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. So my Patriarch is going to cast Mass Hypnosis onto his intercessors over there. See if it goes off. Will not on a 3. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll this one. Back into a 1. Of course! I got a t-shirt for that one. So starting off the shooting phase, this guy's going to fire into his master over there. Oh, not master again. Captain over there. He's -1 to hit now because he's in cover, and he's a Raven Guard, so they're -1 to hit when they're in cover and more than 12 inches away. So this is going to be hitting on a 3. That is a hit. Wounding on a 2. 4s will do mortal wounds. That's a fill face, so that's going to be a mortal wound, but then you get your regular 3-up save. That's good there, so he's just going to take the 1 wound. And now my Kellermorph's going to fire into his Canoness over here, so he's going to have 6 shots hitting on 2s. That's all but 1, so now we're going to have 5 more shots because of his ability there. Getting 5 more hits, so a total of 10 hits. Strength 4, toughness 3. So this is going to be wounding on 3s. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds over there. AP -1. 1 second. It is AP -1, so he ignores that because of the sister's abilities there. So these are now going to be looking for 3-up saves. Fails 2 of them. So that's going to be, and then 6 up. Well, there's 2 damage apiece. So that's going to be 4 damage there. 6 up, feel no pain. Fails all of them. Is she dead at 4 wounds? 1 second. 5 wounds, so she's still alive. Auto pistols from these guys into his intercessors. That's going to be hitting on 4s. And these are now going to be wounding on 5s. That's going to be 3 wounds with fill faces there. With regular 3-up saves. That's going to be 2 failed, 1 dead guy. So now this squad here is going to fire into them. We have 3 that are in rapid fire range, which means that we have 3 that are within 12 inches. So I'm going to roll them separately because he gets cover against everyone else. So these are the 3 that are in rapid fire range, hitting on 4s. Alrighty, and then wounding on 5s. That is going to be 1 wound at 3 up. See, it made a difference. So that's one guy takes a wound there. And then we have 4 guys that are out of it. That is going to be 2 hits. 1 wound at 2 up. And he's good there. And then he's going to fire his pistol over here. That is not a hit. Into the assault phase now. These aberrants are going to charge in here. They're 9 inches away, but they get +1 because of the Abominance field commander trait there. So they are going to be looking for an 8-inch charge to get in. Come on, baby! No, they will not be in. These guys here are going to charge into the intercessors. So we've got some overwatch coming from them since I failed my psychic test here. So we're going to have, there's 8 guys there, or 7 guys left there because one of them is dead. So it's going to be 14 total shots coming into them.
Rerolling 1s.
Hitting on 6s, rerolling 1s because the captain's within range there. Reroll those 2 1s into 1 hit. That is not a wound though, so their charge distance again. These ones are Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor, so they're gonna have +1 inch to the charge. My aberrants, that detachment, that Vanguard detachment, is Twisted Helix. These guys are Four-Armed Emperor, so they get +1 to the charge. Looking for an 8-inch charge as well. I'm gonna spend a CP on this one here. Into a fill phase. Woo! And now my aberrants are gonna charge into him over here. So overwatching from there. Oh, it's going to be 8 shots because they're rapid fire and 2 storm bolters. Getting 2 hits. That is going to be, 1 wound. Oh, T4. That's going to be 1 wound. And that's going to be going through, and then 5 up, ignoring wounds. Nope, so one of them is going to take a wound there. Their charge distance is, wow, way in. Where's this 11 inches before? And then my Patriarch's going to charge in over here. He needs a 10-inch charge to get in. Just misses. All right, starting off the fight phase now. My acolytes here are going to attack into his intercessors. We're going to go with the rock saws first. These are going to be hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because of the icon. Rerolling 1 because of the icon. Alrighty. These are now going to be wounding on 2s. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 at AP -4. So that's just going to go straight through and 2 damage apiece. So that's going to be 4 dead intercessors. And then we have the Rending Claw attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Alrighty, so that's going to be 5 misses there. And then these are going to be Strength 4, looking for 4s to wound. 6s are AP -4. So no 6s there. Just going to have 3 at AP -1. So we have 3 4-ups. Failing all of them. And 6 Cultist Knife attacks. 3s, re-rolling 1s. Then wounding on 4s. Oh, getting 1. AP nothing, so 3-up save. He makes that one. And then my squad over here with the hammers is going to attack into his Rhino. These are going to be hitting on 4s because they are unwieldy. These are the hammer attacks. Pretty good. Wow, really good there, actually. I will take that. These are going to be strength 10, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at AP -3. So 8 6-up saves. Making none of them. They're 3 damage apiece, so it's definitely dead. Does it explode? Oh, do you? So you have 8 times. No, okay. No, it does not explode. All right, so it did not explode. This is where the sisters got out. One of them twisted an ankle getting out. So pretty good. And I'm not going to consolidate towards them because I really want to go this way. So we'll see how this all plays out. And now my guy over here is going to start us in the regular fight phase into his Rhino. That's going to be 1 hit. That is not going to be a wound. And then the Cultist Knife attack is not going to be a hit. Cool.
I killed this guy.
Rhino's going to try to open the door into my face over here. Hitting on a 6. No hits. And then 7 attacks from his intercessors over here. Hitting on 3s. That's how you do that. And then strength 4, toughness 3, 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. Pretty gruesome. Looking for 5-up saves. And I make one of them 5 dead. Brutal. Had to keep the wrap there, but that's what I got. All right, so that is going to be it for the turn here. We do have some morale tests to take here. I'll do my guys first. So I lost 5 guys from there. So 5 plus 3 is 8. My leader is still alive, so I'm good to go there. But now he lost 6. 6 plus 1 is good to go. So here we go. But here's the thing. The rule states that you can re-roll the dice when taking a morale test. My opponent really wants to die to get him out of there so we can just shoot them to death. So he's going to re-roll that 1 into a 2, so they are good to go. Got the wrap. All right, so that is going to be it for the Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 2. We'll come back to you. I don't think I may have gotten some cards. Hold on. I did score no prisoners for killing that 1 rhino over there, so I've got 1 point. I'm on the board. There we go. So we'll come back to you with the cards for the Sisters of Battle. All right, so now into the messing with your opponent phase. Drew the cards here, so he got the next 3 on his deck are going to be Secure Objective 3, Overwhelming Firepower, and Armor of Contempt. I am definitely going to put Overwhelming Firepower on the bottom because I think he can definitely kill a lot of things with Firepower. Then I'm going to put Secure Objective 3 underneath Armor of Contempt over here. So we'll come back to you with his cards. All right, so my opponent skill has Witch Hunter, Secure Objective 4, and Slay the Heretic. Score 1 victory point if at least 1 enemy character was destroyed as a result of an attack made by an Adeptus Storm unit from your army during this turn. So he's looking for killing characters with his sisters, which I think is going to be more difficult considering I've got his guys wrapped over there. We'll see how it all goes off. So that's going to be it for the cards. We'll come back to you after his movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Sisters of Battle and Raven Guard here on turn 3. His sisters that were inside of the Rhino disembarked into the building over here. The Canoness disembarked as well, moving over to here. Then the Rhino fell back. His scouts stood still over here. His 2 jump characters moved up the table over here, looking to smash into my Patriarch over here. These sisters moved further away from my Aberrants over there. These guys had to stay in combat because I had them wrapped. Celestine moved back over here, just in case my Kellamorph doesn't die to everything else he's got over here. Nope, these guys all stood still. All of the, whatchamacallits, the Exorcists all stood still over here. The Canoness stayed still where she was. All of the Eliminators stood still back here, as did the Scouts. So that is going to be, and then came his Assault Centurions over here. That's a big thing to forget over there. Dropping in over here, 9 inches away from my dude bros, right in my backfield. So it's going to be brutal to try to handle these guys. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now his Eliminators here are going to fire, starting us off with firing into my Kellamorph. They're going to have 3 shots here, ignoring the line of sight shots. So that's going to be 2 hits. These are strength 5, so 3s to wound. That's going to be no wounds.
A CP for the
Exorcist here is going to start firing. He's going to spend a CP to be able to reroll his number of shots with his missiles, which are going to fire into my Aberrants, and then he's going to fire the Heavy Bolter into my Kellamorph over here. So we're going to start with missiles first, so 3d3 shots. Doc going to reroll those, so it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 7 shots. Hitting on 3s, rerolling that 1 because of the Canoness. Alrighty, so that's going to be 5 hits. These are going to be strength 8, so looking for 2s to wound. That is going to be 5 wounds over here. All right, the AP is going to go right through their armor, so we have to do it 1 at a time. That's going to be 4, which becomes 3 damage. 5 up, ignoring wounds. Nope, that's going to kill a guy. And then we got the next one is going to do 2, which becomes 1 damage. And I ignore it. Third one, doing 1, which stays at 1 because it can only go down to 1. And I take that wound. And 1 that I don't ignore, so that's another dead guy. And the last one's doing 5, which becomes 4. And I only ignore 1, so that's another dead guy for 3 dead guys. And the Heavy Bolter, that's going to be 3 hits. That is going to be 1 wound, AP -1, 5 up, ignore, invul, but he takes a wound. Blah, blah, blah. This Exorcist is going to do the exact same thing. Big missiles, Heavy Bolter. So big missiles, getting 2, 4, 6 shots. 3s to hit, rerolling 1s. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. These are going to be wounding on 2s.
Oh no!
That's going to be 3 wounds. Those are going to go through, so you have to do it one at a time. The first one is going to do 3 damage, 4 minus 1. And I ignore 2 of them, so I take 1. The next one is going to do 3, which is 2. Which I only ignore 1 of them, so that's going to be a dead guy there. And the last is 1, which I ignore. Woo! And then we got the heavy bolter into my Kellermorph. Rerolling that 1 because the Canoness. That's all hits. Looking for 3s. That is going to be 1 wound at AP minus 1. 5 up invul. No, takes a wound. And the last exorcist. Same thing. Big missiles. Heavy bolter. Big missiles. Ooh, 3, 6. What is that? What is that? 1, 3, 6, 7 shots. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling that 1. Oh, the other one there too. Alrighty. So that's going to be 5 hits. These are going to be wounding on 2s. That is going to be 5 wounds. Let's start with the first one. 4 damage becomes 3 damage. And I ignore 2 of them, taking 1 wound. The second one is going to do 6, which means that... Oh, no, that's going to be a dead guy. And then we got the next one. Is doing 4, which is going to do 3. And I don't ignore any of those. So that's a dead guy. And then 4, which is again 3. Ignore none of those. That's another dead guy. And then 2, which becomes 1. Do not ignore it, though. I take that wound. And here comes that heavy bolter into my Kellermorph. That's all hits. That is 1 wound once again. And he makes the save. She's going to fire her bolt pistol into him over here. That's a hit. That is a wound. That's not a save. No. These scouts here are going to fire into my aberrants over here, hitting on 3s. They've got better bolter rule going on here because they did not move. And these are going to be wounding on 4s. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds there. 4 wounds, sorry. 4 wounds, looking for 5 up armor saves. Making 3 of them, 5 up ignoring wounds. No, take a wound, so that kills that guy. And now his eliminators back in this building are going to fire into my hypermorph, hitting on 3s. That is going to be 1 hit, strength 5, so looking for a 3 to wound. That's a wound. AP minus 2 in cover over here, so minus 1, looking for a 6 up armor save. No, that's going to go through. What's the damage? D3 damage. 1 damage. And I ignore it. Pistoles from the intercessors. Getting 1 hit. Rerolling 1 because the captain. That is not a wound. This Canoness over here has the relic bolt pistol, which is 4 shots, right? These are going to be hitting on 2s or 3s? 2s. These are now strength 5, so these are looking for 4s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds at AP minus 2, right? So that's going to be 3 at AP minus 2, which is going to go straight through his armor save. 2 damage apiece. But so it reduces it 2 damage apiece, which reduces to the single, so it's going to be 3, 5 up ignoring wounds. Woo! With the triple fill phase! Woo! The 4-man sister squad is going to fire into my Brood Brothers over here. So these are with Storm Bolters and Bolters all together, hitting on 3s. Pretty good. Looking for 3s to wound.
That's good.
We got 6 5-up saves. Making 3 of those. Not bad. And then the 5-man squad is going to fire into them as well. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. That's going to be 4 wounds. And I make 2 saves. 5 sister squad here is going to fire into my Brood Brothers. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. We've got 5 5-ups. Make 1 of them. All right, his scout squad here is going to fire 1 guy into this guy, 1 guy into my Brood Brothers, and then 2 are going to fire into my Brood Brothers over there. So what are we going to do first? The 1 guy over here, better bolter rule, no hits. Into over here. That's 2 hits, the opposite of what you just rolled. Into 2 wounds. Where were those 6s before? And I failed both the saves. And then the 2 guys into my Brood Brothers over here. That's going to be 2 hits. That is 1 wound. But that's a save with a fill phase. Woo! And And now these guys are going to fire. Their flamers are all out of range, so 3 of the hurricane bolters are going to go into my Sanctus. 3 are going to go into my Brood Brother over here. So which one are we going to go with first?
The Sanctus.
We're going to go into the Sanctus first. So they get the better bolter rule at all times because they're one of the named ones like Terminators. These are the ones in the Sanctus hitting on 3s. And these are going to be wounding on 3s. Oof. That's 20 wounds into my dude bro up here. They ignore cover because of the sergeant still being alive in there with his war gear. So these are going to be 5-up saves. Yeah, no, he did. And then the other ones are going to go into my Brood Brothers over here, hitting on 3s. Wounded on 3s. We got 12 wounds into them over here. Looking for 5-up saves. That is a lot of saves. 5 fails? Oh, that's the squad. Hold on. So I'm thinking for the lols. Because here's the thing. If there's even one guy left there, they ought to pass their morale test because of the patriarch. I'm gonna spend a CP on this because I think it's hilarious. He was just saying how he's like hated how many shots he's had to put into these guardsmen, and they're still alive. After that roll, I kind of have to reward them with a little something, right? Looking for a 5-up? No, okay, never mind. The squad is wiped. These sisters here are now going to charge in the assault phase into my my sergeant over here. He's going to throw a frag grenade. He's going to get 4 attacks. Getting 1 hit there with that fill face. That's not a wound though. Their charge distance, I think it's like anything but, yeah, they're in. His canoness here is going to charge into my abominant, so she is definitely in, even with the 1 die. I don't know where this one ran after there. It's a 3. Totally in. Either which one got him in. This exorcist is going to charge into my Kellenworth, overwatching here. Getting no hits, and his charge distance is way in. So Celestine is now going to charge in. My opponent's going to use one of his miracle dice, the 6 that he has there, to go in. And 2 is not going to get here in. And now the Canoness is going to charge in, getting in with a 7. And these guys are going to charge into my Patriarch. They need an 11-inch charge. No, they are not in. Going to spend a CP looking for that 5-up like my armor save? No, not in. Both of these characters are going to charge into my my acolytes over here. So we'll do the captain first. He's in with a 7. And now the chaplain is in with a 4. My opponent's going to start the fight phase with the Canoness attacking into my Kellermorph over here. So she's going to be hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s because of herself. So that's all hits. Strength 3, so looking for 4s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds. I've got 3 5-up invul saves from him, right? Because she has the power sword.
No.
Right? Oh, she had to change. Oh, change sword, but still 5-up save from him is what we got going on. And I make 3 fill faces. Woo! All right, I'm gonna spend 2 CP to interrupt with my my acolytes over here. So we're gonna go with the rock saw is gonna go into the captain. These 3 guys are gonna go into the intercessors, and then my leader is gonna attack into the chaplain. So we're gonna go with the rock saws first, hitting on 3s, wounding, rerolling 1s because of the thing. That's gonna be 2 hits, wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds, AP -3. Does he have an invul? 4-up, right? Makes them both. And then into the chaplain, rerolling 1s. That's going to be 3 hits, wounding on 4s. That's 1 is going to be AP -4. The others are going to be AP -1. It doesn't make a difference. He's got a 4-up invul save from the Rosaria. So 3, 4-up. Yeah, into the chaplain 3. Makes 1, fails 1, so he takes 1 wound. And then the cultist knife into him. That's a hit. That is a wound. Regular 3-up armor save. He's good. And then we got 6 attacks into the intercessors over here. That's going to be hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. That's going to be 1, 2 wounds at AP -1, so 2 4-ups. Makes 1, fails 1. And then 3 cultist knife attacks. That is going to be 3 hits. That is going to be 2 wounds, 2 3-up saves. Makes them both. And now these sisters over here are going to attack into my sergeant. So they're going to be hitting on 3s. Oh no, they hit on 4s, I think. 1 second. Yeah, totally hitting on 4s. All right, so that's going to be 2 hits. Strength 3, toughness 3, so looking for a 4 to wound. That's 1 wound. That's all he needs. That's all he needs. And a 5 up. No, he is dead. And now the Canoness over here is going to attack. She has the Blessed Blade. So there's going to be 4 attacks hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of herself. That's 4 hits. These are going to be strength 5 because of the Blessed Blade. Wounding on 4s. So that's going to be 2 wounds at AP -3. So those are going to go straight through. So now we've got D3 damage apiece. So that's going to be 3, 4, 5. But it's going to be actually, or that's actually going to be 1, 2, 3 damage over here. These are going to be 5 up, ignoring wounds. And I ignore 2 of them. And now the chaplain is going to attack into my dude bros over there. He's going to be hitting on, they got all hits, whatever. And then he's going to be wounding on 3. Oh, 2s. He's strength 6. That's going to be 2 wounds at AP minus anything?
1.
AP minus 1, so 2 6-ups. No, failed both. And now the captain's going to attack. He has the Teeth of Terror. The Terra. The planet, not terror. And then he's got
the +1 strength.
And +1 strength,
attack,
+1 attack warlord trait here. So these are going to be hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s because of himself. Alrighty, so now these are going to be, that was cocked, that's fine. Rerolling because of himself. There we go. Now we got all hits. These are now going to be strength 6 or 5? 5. Strength.
6.
No, strength plus, oh, the Teeth of Terror is also +1. Alright, so strength 6, 2s to wound. That is going to be all wounds there. AP
2.
-2, so that's going to go straight through. Yeah, that's why it's dead. And now his Exorcist is going to attack into me over here. That's getting 1 hit. Oh man, that's all you need. That's all you need. That is a wound. I need to make a 5-up save here. Come on, 5-up save. 5-up save. No, I'm going to spend a CP to get him to try to get this. Oh, here we go. Come on, 5-up. Come on, 5-up. Come on, 5-up. Yeah, with the 5-up, he's alive. Woo! And now my Abomin is going to attack back. He's got 3 attacks hitting on 4s because it's unwieldy. That is going to be 1 hit, wounding on a 2. Oh, of course he does that. And now my Kellermorph is going to put all his attacks into the Canoness there. I've got 4 attacks hitting on 3s. That is going to be 2 hits. Strength 3 looking for 4s to wound. That is 1 wound. That's all I need. 3-up save. No, she fails. You're going to spend a CP. Oh, feel no pain. No, she goes down, and that is... Maybe my opponent just put up his hand, so we're going to find out if it happens there.
Nice right there.
All right, my opponent's going to spend 2 CP on Divine Intervention. Essentially what happens is you spend the 2 CP and your character, instead of being dead, and it can't be a named character, comes back onto, you discard up to 3 miracle dice, from 1 to 3 miracle dice, and they come back to life. They stay on the board with that many wounds left, more than an inch away from an enemy unit, as close as possible to where they were. So she's going to be out of combat. Well, he's only got 1 miracle dice left, so she's only going to have 1 wound remaining, but still alive right there. Super brutal on both sides here. Killer. Oh, but you can only use that once per turn, per game with each character, so you can't like keep having her come back over and over again. But yes, so that's where that goes, and you do not gain a miracle dice
for her dying.
For her dying. So, yeah, pretty brutal. All right, so no morale test to take, but my opponent does have his cards that he scored here. He just got secure objective 4, does not get any of the other ones because I managed to keep that guy alive, which is kind of nuts for me. So that is going to be it for the Sisters of Battle and Raven Guard turn here on turn 3. We'll come back to you after movement phase, or the cards for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 3. All right, so now the messing with me phase over here. I drew my top 3 cards are secure objective 6, 5, and 4. So my opponent wants to put objective 4 on the bottom of my deck, and then he wants to put 6 above 5 onto my deck. So there we go. We'll come back to you with my cards. All right, so I still have Assassinate, Lay Low, the Oppressor, and then I put out Kingslayer as my next one. So we'll see what I can do here going into turn 3. Movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here. My Aberrants moved up 6 inches up towards this way. This Acolyte moved up over this way towards the Sisters. He stayed in combat back over here. My Warlord moved up towards his Centurions over there. And then in came the last of my... Oh, and he stayed in combat over here. So the last of my whatchamacallits, Deep Strikers came in. In came my Keller Morph over here, 9 inches away, or more, within 12 inches of Celestine, outside of 9 inches of all of his dude bros. Over here, my other Patriarch came in, along with my Primus. And over here, my Magus and my other squad of Brood Brothers all dropped in over here. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. Start with the psychic phase. My Magus is going to try to mind control his Exorcist over here, looking for a 7. That does go off with an 8. So my opponent's going to try to deny this with his Exorcist on a single die roll. Fails it with a 4, obviously. But now my opponent spends 2 CP, 1 CP, and it auto shuts it down on a 4+. No, fails that one. Do you want to spend that 1 CP?
No.
No, you're going to leave that one? Leadership 7 on him. Hold on. It's got leadership 7, 3d6. Got to get over that. And I do. I saw 1 and a 4. Got very scared until that fill phase came in. So we'll be back with this. All right, so it's going to be 3d3 shots. Nope, three shots here, okay? Of course. These are going to fire into the other Exorcist over there. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, so that's 2 hits, strength 8, toughness 8, so 4s to wound. That is going to be 1 wound at AP -3, so a 6-up save. And my opponent's going to spend his other miracle die to have that happen. Fair enough. And this guy is going to cast Might from Beyond onto my other Patriarch and my Warlord. That is going to go off on an 8. And then he's just going to cast Smite. That's going to go off on a 12. I'll take the D3 damage here. So D3 damage, he's going to take 2 damage. But then into them, I'm going to have D6 mortal wounds with a 4. That's going to kill one of his dude bros. So starting into the shooting phase, my Kellamorph here is going to fire into Celestine. These are going to be hitting on 2s. That's all but 1 hit, so we're going to get 5 more attacks coming in here on 2s. That's all hits there, so it's going to be 10 total hits. Strength 4, toughness 3, 3s to wound. That is going to be 8 wounds over here. So these are a AP -1. So what is she at?
3 up.
So she's looking for a 3 up. Failing 4 of them.
Drops her.
And that's going to drop her because it's 2 damage apiece, so she is possibly dead. This Kellamorph's going to fire into his Exorcist. That is going to be all hits. And then get another 6 shots. That is going to be all but 1 hit. So 11 hits into the Exorcist. Looking for fill faces because it's strength 4, toughness 8. Getting 2 at AP -1. So we got 2 4-ups. Failed them both, so he takes 4 damage. He's got to feel no pain. No, he feels all of that pain. This guy over here is going to fire his auto pistol into the sisters. That's a hit. That is a wound. AP nothing. 3-up save. They're good. All right, so now my guardsmen, my brood brothers here are going to fire. One guy's going to fire the crack grenade into the scouts, and then everyone else with the las guns are going to fire into the sisters over here. So we'll do the crack grenade first. That is a hit. That is not a wound. And then we got 8 las guns into the 4-man sister squad over here. That is pretty good hit in there. But then wounded on 4s, strength 3, toughness 3. That is going to be 2 wounds, 2 up saves because they're in cover. Makes them both. All right, that's going to be it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Patriarch here is going to charge into his assault centurions over here. I'm going to he ignores Overwatch because he's got the amulet of the Void Worm, so here it goes. He's in. He actually has to roll to see if Celestine gets back up. On a 6, she's back. And now this Patriarch is going to charge in over here. He needs a 9-inch charge. Ooh, he's not in. I'm going to spend my last CP to see if I can get him in here. No, back into a 1. Got a shirt for that. And the Primus is going to charge on in. He's not in. And my Aberrants are going to charge into his scouts over here. The 3s guys, right? The 3 of them can see. Getting 2 hits. Pretty good. That's going to be 2 wounds. Make 1 save, failed 1, and then 5 of ignoring wounds. No, 1 will take a wound, and their charge distance is 8 inches, might be in. All right, they actually needed a 10-inch charge because they did still get the +1 from him, but that only got him 9. They needed to get into 10, so they needed a 9 on the roll. And then my dude bro here is going to charge into the sisters, overwatching, getting 1 hit. That is a wound. Oh boy, here we go. 5 up. Oh, with that fill face, he's good. And his charge distance is way in. Where was that 2 seconds ago? All right, so now my warlord here is going to attack into his assault centurions. I have 8 attacks because it's base 6, +1 because of my warlord trait, which is biomorph adaptation, and +1 because of strength, might from beyond. So it's going to be 8 total attacks here. These are going to be hitting on 2s. All right, that's 2 misses there. These are now going to be strength 8. So they're going to be wounding on 2s, rerolling because of monsters running. They're T5? Oh, T5, so 3s to wound. Rerolling failed wounds. All right, so that's going to be all wounds. These 2 6s are AP -6 flat damage. So these are going to go straight through. Let me see, 1 second. All right, so we're going to do the saves on these ones here. So we got 4 5-ups, making 2 of them, so 2 go through. So the first one is D3 damage, doing 1 damage, and the next one is 1 damage, 2 damage. So this was going to kill, this 3 damage on this one's going to kill that guy, and then he's going to put 3 wounds onto another guy. All right, so at the charge phase, my opponent heroically intervened with his Canoness into my Kellermorph. My Kellermorph, he's now spending 2 CP to interrupt with his Canoness to attack in here. She's going to have 5 attacks with her chainsword. He's going to be hitting on 2s, re-rolling those 1s because of herself. Okay, that's going to be all hits. These are going to be strength 3, toughness 3, 4s to wound. Getting 2 wounds here. Got 2 5-up saves. If I make both of these, he's alive. If I fail both of these, he's double dead. If I fail one of these, he's single dead. So here we go. You ready for double fill face? Come on, baby. Show me the double fill face. Show me the double fill face. No, I made one and failed. I'm gonna use the psychic. He's gonna. Oh my god, I can't even speak words right now. I'm gonna use my once per game ability to re-roll a die with the Magus because of his warlord trait that I got with the Brood Coven. Oh baby, here we go. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready, Todd? I see it on your face. You know it's coming. You knows it's coming. I see it on his face. He's like, there's no other possibility that it's obviously going to be a 5+. Because here we go. 5+. No, so close, but not enough. Oh, and he's dead. And then my leader over here is going to attack into the sisters. 3 attacks with the rending claws. That's going to be 2 hits. That is going to be 2 wounds. AP -1, so 4-up saves. Oh, ignores AP -1. Oh, dang, yo. And makes them anyway. Would have been sticking them anyway. And then we've got the cultist knife attack is not going to hit. And then in the regular fight phase, my abominant is going to attack in 3 attacks. Oh, that 6 is another hit, so that's going to be 3 hits. These are going to be wounding on 2s. That is going to be 3 wounds at AP minus a... oh, she's got a 4-up invul save. Here we go. Fails 2 of them. So that's going to be 2 D6 damage, minimum 3. So that's going to be 6 damage. She's got a feel no pain, though. So 6 feel no pains.
I need 2.
No, makes only 1 of them. So she is dead. Okay, here comes the pain. Oh, here come all of these assault centurions. They're going to have 4 attacks each. With shock assault, 5 with the what's his face, a sergeant over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s or 4s. 3s with the drills. All right, he's going to be hitting on 3s. We'll come back to you with that. Strength 10, T5, so 2s to wound. Ooh boy. All right, we got 5-up invul save here. 10 of them to be exact. How much the damage on these?
Flat 3.
A flat 3. So I can fail 1. Are you ready for 9? 5+ saves over here? Because I am. I'm ready for it. I'm feeling it. 4-armed Emperor! No, he dead. And that will be... And now over here, these sisters are going to attack back into my acolyte leader over here, hitting on 4s because they are sisters, and then wounding on 4s because they are sisters. That's going to be 2 wounds, 2 5-ups. Nope, failed them both. He is dead. All right, so that's going to be it for the Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 3. Don't think that could have gone any worse. I
got Slay the Heretic.
My opponent scored Slay the Heretic on that for killing my Kellermorph during my turn there. I did score Assassinate, but only for 1 point for killing this lady over here. And I did get Lalo the Oppressor killing, score a victory point if an enemy character was killed by a Genestealer Cult unit during this turn. So I did score 2 points, which is pretty good, but my opponent also scored his point there. So we'll come back to you with the cards for the Sisters and Raven Guard. All right, so my opponent in the messing with him phase here, he has behind enemy lines, supremacy, and no prisoners. I'm gonna put no prisoners at the bottom of his deck, and then I'm gonna put, I think, supremacy ahead of no enemy behind enemy lines. So that's the way we're gonna go do this, and we'll come back to you with his cards drawn. All right, so he still has Witch Hunter, drew secure objective 3, and then reclaim the Witch Hunter, which he rolled, and got a 2 on that. So we'll see if he can score any of these here on turn 4.
Excellent.
Movement phase here for the Sisters and the Raven Guard. His Sisters stayed still over here. These scouts shuffled around to get better line of sight down this way. The Rhino moved to allow his Intercessor to get line of sight down over this way. Characters jumped up over here. Assault Centurions moved up over here. These Sisters moved back over there to get shots onto my Brood Brothers. Celestine's coming over here to get revenge for against my Keller Morph, since he shot her dead and then she came back. So revenge. And then his whatchamacallit stood still where they are. Exorcist stood still where they were. His Warlord is still barely hanging on over there. She's gonna have to go visit the Medicaid unit after this battle for sure, with everything that she's been through with that Keller Morph, and everyone else kind of stood where they were. These guys moved up a little bit, but I mean, we'll see if that even makes a difference. So that's gonna be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. Start with the shooting phase. These scouts on this side are gonna fire into my Brood Brothers. So here we go, hitting on 3s. Wounded on 3s. That is going to be 6 wounds over here. These are going to be looking for 5-up saves. Making one of them. Oof. And now his snipers here, the eliminators, are going to fire into what? Into troops. Oh, into the troops over here. Oh, okay. Going to fire into the troops over here. They're going to use the hyperfrag shots. So these are going to be D3 shots apiece. So it's going to be 2, 4, 7 shots. Hitting on 3s. That's all but 2 hits, and then these are strength 5, so wounding on 3s. That's going to be 2 wounds, regular saves, but I make none of them. All right, now the 4-person squad here is going to fire into my Brood Brothers over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good there, and then these are going to be wounding on 3s as well. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 wounds again. 3-ups. 5-ups. Failed 4 of them. That squad is wiped. And then the 5-person squad is going to fire into my Magus over here. Hitting on 3s. Oof. Wounded on 3s.
Ugh.
Oh, okay. That's going to be
5
wounds over here. Looking for 5-up saves. And I made 2 of them, so he's still alive. And now his Exorcist over here is going to fire the Heavy Bolter into my Magus. Big missiles into my Aberrant. So we're going to do what first?
Big missiles.
Big missiles first. These are going to be 3d3 shots. So it's going to be 2, 4, 5 shots. Hitting on 3s. That is going to be 4 hits. Strength 8, so 2s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds. Going through the armor, so we got to do 1 at a time. 1. I feel it. And then 3, which becomes 2. I feel both of those, so that's 1 dead guy. Oh, no. I think that's actually 2 dead guys, because I felt both of those. So what was the third one? I missed that one. What was that?
The third one was another one.
The third one was another one. And I ignored that wound. And now the Heavy Bolter. That's going to be all hits. Wounded on 3s. That's going to be 2 wounds. AP -1. 4, 5, 6-up saves. Wow, I don't know why I was going that way. No, he did. And now his second Exorcist is going to fire the missiles into my Aberrant squad. Heavy Bolter into my Primus. So what do you want to do first? Missiles, 3d3 shots. That's going to be 2, 3, that's going to be 6 shots. Hitting on 3s. Already rolling 1s because the Cannon S. Nope, not meant to be there. So that's 3 hits. Wounding on 2s. That's all wounds, so d6 damage. The first one is going to be 2 damages, back down to 1. And I feel it though. Next one is 3, down to 2. And I feel those, that's 1 dead. And then 1. And you got to work on your d6, but I feel that. And the Heavy Bolter shots. Hitting 1 hit. That is a wound. AP -1. No save, ignoring wounds. No, I don't ignore it. My bad, that was on the Primus, and so when that 5 up was not going to be good. And then everything from the 3rd Exorcist into my Aberrants. 3d3, so that's going to be 2, again, 6 shots. On 3s, rerolling that 1. Because the cannon ass. Alright, that's going to be 4 hits. Wounded on 2s. That is going to be all wounds. Let's try getting higher than a 1, sir. Okay, there you go, right off the bat, getting 4. And I'm going to feel all of that one. Boop. The next one does, I said more than 1. Nope, he's going to feel that pain. You just like,
more than 1.
It's true, but it goes down to 1, but that's still enough to kill that guy. And the last one. There we go. There we go. I was wondering if your dice only had the 2 shots, but that 2 fail there are enough to kill another guy. And the heavy bolter going in there. All hits. Looking for 3s. That's all wounds. Looking for 6s. That is not saves. Looking for 5s. No, none there. Celestine's going to Revenge Flame him over here. 2. Wow. She's taking... okay. Not so much on the Revenge, I guess. Instead, she just goes finger guns and he's like, pew pew. These scouts over here are going to fire into my Aberrants over here with the 1 wound remaining. These are going to be, they did move, but I think they're within 12, correct?
All but 1.
All but 1's within 12, so here we go. Hitting on 3s. Okie dokie. Wounding on 4s. That's going to be 4 wounds. We got 4. 5 up saves. Making 1 of those, and then 5 up ignoring wounds. No, he did. The Devastator Centurions are going to fire everything into my Patriarch over here. So what do you want to start with first?
I'm going to do Flamers.
We're going to do
shots.
Flamers for the number of shots over here. Oh, boy. That's 36 hits here. These are heavy Flamers?
No.
No, regular Flamers. So looking for 5s to wound.
I forgot what it needs.
Boom. 16 AP nothings into my Patriarch over here. He's got a 4-up armor save. Come on, baby, you can do it. Or no, maybe no, you can't. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds. He did. Oh, I should have said up in smoke. Oh, man, I blew that one. Oh. Into the assault phase, Celestine's going to charge into my Kellermorph over here, really trying to get Revenge. Here we go, 6 shots though with his pistols here. Oh, that's going to be a hit, which means I get another shot. Oh, not another hit there. So looking for 3 to wound. That's a wound, AP -1. Oh, she's good there. Now her charge distance is totally in. Bah, Revenge! And the Chaplain's going to charge into my Primus over here. He's going to fire with his needle pistol, not get a hit, and he's totally in. And now the Captain over here is going to charge in. He's in. And the Assault Centurions are going to charge. Oh, no, they're not. They're not going to charge in. Ooh, let's find out. Let's see if he's a little bit too big for his britches.
Character grudge match.
Yeah, he's just got the characters just getting on a grudge match over here. Fair enough. All right, so now the Captain's going to swing in here and a little bit of a hot character-on-character action over here. Hitting on 2s, rolling 1s because of himself. That is a lot of hits. These are now going to be strength 6. So looking for, yes, 2s to wound. Okay. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are AP -2. So I think, ooh, 1 second, he might just be dead. Yeah, no, he did. And now Celestine's going to try to get her Revenge over here. Hitting on 2s. Does she re-roll them for herself? No. So she's got 5 hits. Strength? 7. So 2s to wound. That is 4 wounds. AP?
3.
-3. Oh, he's got a 5-up invul save. Oh, baby, here we go. Here we go. What is it, 4 that went through, right? Did we say 4? 1 second, we're finding this out. I realized I had just said it, but in my brain, it was probably 9 years ago. So 4 5-up invul saves because the Kellermorph is, for some reason, like the only character in this entire army that has an invul save other than the Patriarch. Here we go, baby! Yeah, I failed all of them, and he is just straight up mutilated, right? Because what's their damage? Yeah, 2 damage, so he's double dead. All right, so that is going to be the end of the Sisters and Raven Guard turn here. Oh, I was doing so good. So good. And that's what we're going to call it. A resounding victory for the Sisters of Battle and the Raven Guard here. I've got the one Abominant left. I mean, he's probably going to go over here, punch them in the face, and then run away, because that's what we do best. But yes, a solid victory from the Sisters. It's fun to see them in action, really getting them out on the table. I think they've got a lot of really good things that they got going for them. And then in conjunction with the Raven Guard, I know they lost their doctrines, which is why you didn't see any of the doctrines going in here, because of the Sisters taking away their doctrines. But even without that, the new Marines are pretty strong. They've got some really strong abilities, which is pretty good. So that is going to be it for this game. I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I certainly have. I have been Phil the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Todd, and until next time, have fun.